welcome to Upper Arlington, Ohio. I'm your host, Nick Capretta. Today's a special one. We're with my friend Justin, J Orlando. We're at a very special place. Justin, let's start with the beginning and tell people what it is you do and how it all got started and why Scioto.
Well, like you said, I always had a passion for art and golf, and I always wondered how I could blend the two together. And back in 2015, I was taking my son was on maternity leave, and Rocco Mediate was qualifying at Scarlett for the U.S. Open. And he took my son on the ropes and was just so nice to him. So I was obviously thinking, like, what could I do for him? So I'm like, well, I have this passion for art, I have this passion for golf. Let's try to make something unique and custom. So I made a custom ball marker. So actually, right here is where it all started at Scioto Country Club. I delivered it to Rocco. Rocco went crazy. He's like, do you sell these things? I'm like, I don't. Mr. Mediate, I just made it for you. And he kind of gave me that passion and drive to try to share that with other people. So I started making ball markers.
And I know how passionate you are about what you do, but even more so the relationships it's allowed you to develop. And I know you've got some friends that are going to be able to speak on your behalf that even themselves have done some pretty cool things too. So let's go give them a quick little chat and see what we can find out about J Orlando from them.
Sounds good.
All right. So I'm here, Coach Mosley, The Ohio State University. If you might be able to talk about like your team and kind of the younger generation you were telling me and why maybe this J Orlando stuff is really picking up traction with them.
Well, I think with young people these days, they're really drawn to passion, energy, and something that tells a story. You know, these pieces are, you know, they're custom made. They're made with love. Yep. You know, he pours his heart into those, into, you know, bringing to life something as simple as a ball marker or ball repair tool. And you know, I think it's amazing that the stories that are told through golf go with us forever. I mean, my players can tell you the shots and the players they were with, you know, 10, 15 years ago. And they'll be able to take those stories with them forever. And you know, these coins, they remember those from, you know, when they first got them and where all they've been with them. And right. It's a really cool thing he's got going.
Joe, so we're inside the pro shop at Scioto Country Club. What is it about J Orlando stuff that makes a club like this that is so prestigious want something so small but has a big impact?
Yeah, well, when Jay and I met and I learned a little bit of his story and how it got started right here at Scioto in the 2016 U.S. Senior Open, it was almost like a no-brainer. We knew something special was happening there, but with a place like Scioto, it's got a lot of history. There's lots of stories to be told here. And to have somebody right here in our backyard who had his story start here as well, to be able to offer J Orlando made ball marks to our members, totally customized to them and allow them to tell their story, it was an absolute home run.
Very cool. Well, Joe, we appreciate you letting us hang out for part of the day here. Thanks
again. It's my pleasure. Yeah,
right.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, Justin, earlier we were at Scioto Country Club. We transplanted over here to Ohio State golf course. And this is where you and Jay kind of hit it off. Jay, yep. We've talked a lot about J Orlando catching fire in the collegiate ranks, which
Sure.
is where you met him, but it's elevated to the pros.
Yeah.
So tell us your story, kind of give us some insight on how that has taken fire.
Sure. Well, Justin and I first met here out at Scarlett back in 2016. And I was playing on the Ohio State University golf team here at the time. He came up to me and said, hey, started making these cool ball markers and love to see you rock them one on some of the greens. So he made me a really cool coin, and you know, I said to him, like, hey, it's pretty neat and cool custom piece. And so I said, you know, why don't we make a couple of these for some friends of mine down south in Florida. I grew up playing out of a golf course down in Jupiter called the Bears Club, where a lot of tour pros call home, and so we called up a few friends and listed a few guys, and Justin made some really cool pieces. I think we started with Camilo Villegas was one of the first markers we made. Then Keegan Bradley, Cameron Tringali, and then we made one for Justin Thomas, Ricky Fowler. and just kind of said to those guys, like, hey, no pressure, but if you dig it and you're using them, like, appreciate if you give us a little love and show them on your Instagram or Twitter and whatever it was. And fortunately, those guys loved the custom piece and didn't just put it in play, but showed it to their fans and audiences. And that was kind of when things started to take off for the races. So.
Well, very cool. Well, hey, Jake, we appreciate you taking the time.
Yep.
Justin, this is the last man. Thank Coach Mo. We got to thank Joe over at Scioto Country Club. We got to play a little bit more golf, so this is where I'm going to leave you, but until next time, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you.